Hey, 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 hey. Okay, so today is my 5 week bump day. I'm going to tell you guys how week 5 went for me. Let's start off with saying it went great. Um, Symptoms, sore breast. Like, I feel like I can't even put my arms down. I went and I bought new sports bras in a bigger size, and that size is also too small. I needed to go 2 sizes up, and I didn't. What other symptoms? I really haven't been having any specific food cravings or anything like that. Just the regular stuff that I normally eat times 10. Yes, my appetite is huge. The only thing I kind of felt sick with, well, I really didn't feel sick, but I had some Little Caesars pizza. I had one slice of pizza, I ate it, and instantly my stomach started like bubbling or whatever. So that was the only time I got sick. Any pizza from anywhere else, I'm totally fine with. There isn't any smells or anything that turns my stomach or make me feel any kind of way. I don't feel anything still. Like I have gas, but other than that, I don't feel nauseous. I don't feel like I'm going to throw up. I don't have any of those early pregnancy symptoms that most people describe early on in their pregnancy. I can say that I have mood swings, maybe. I don't know where this fly came from, but yeah. But it's most of the time when I'm in the car, it's like heightened road rage. But other than that, nothing really, out of the ordinary. This week I had a follow-up appointment with the doctor's office that I went to the first time with the pregnancy test issue that I had that they got on my nerves so bad. I had a follow-up appointment with them, and once again, it wasn't a good experience. They don't listen. Yeah. So me and my husband went in there. We went to this appointment. We just like, we're going to give them another try until we can get seen by an actual midwife or an OBGYN at Pennsylvania Hospital, which is another hospital that I'm considering delivering at, or at the birthing center. Now, those places, they don't take you until you're 8 to 10 weeks, which is perfectly fine. So we have to wait for that. But I'm just saying, okay, well, maybe we should just go for this little follow-up thing. Since they offered it to us, it's free, whatever. Cool. So we get there, they're like, okay, well, we need to take you back and your husband has to wait in the waiting area. We're going to give you an ultrasound. And I'm like, well, I'm not that far along to get an ultrasound. I don't think anything is going to be seen right now on an ultrasound. She's like, oh no, going off of your last menstrual period, you should be around 7 weeks, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, miss, I know for sure I'm not 7 weeks. She's like, oh, but we're just going to do it anyway. If we don't find anything cool, if we do, even better, but we have to have you come back by yourself for now and let your husband stay in the waiting room. And I'm like, for what? They're like, we just have a couple of questions that's private that we need to ask you. Okay. So they were asking the normal stuff about abuse and about drug habits and sexual partners and STDs and all of that stuff. But mind you, the first time I went, I filled out all of this paperwork with these same questions. Then she asked me, was I keeping the baby? And I kind of looked at her and I was just like, well, the last time we spoke, I told you how long I've been trying for. I told you about, how much we wanted this baby. Why would you even ask me, was I keeping the baby, as if anything else was an option? And she's just like, oh, it's just protocol. That's just what we have to ask. So right then and there, I'm just irritated. So I'm like, okay, well, can my husband come in now? She's like, oh no, we're going to get everything started and then he can come in. I'm like, okay. So, then she asked me, well, do you have a support system? I said, well, what does that mean? She's like, I know you have your husband here, but does he support the pregnancy? I said, well, he wouldn't be here if he wasn't supportive. Like, she just was asking me questions that I just not felt uncomfortable answering, but I felt like I didn't need to be asked those questions because, number one, I filled out the paperwork that asked all these questions already. And number two, I have no signs and symptoms of a battered, abused, unsupported, want to get an abortion person. Like, I just thought that it was just, it was just crazy. So we get in there and she's like, okay, well, we're going to do an ultrasound. And she's like, can you just lift your shirt up and just pull your pants down a little? And I'm like, well, I'm too early. You're not going to be able to get anything on a, over the stomach ultrasound. I need a transvaginal. She's looking at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, well, we're just going to try and see what happens. I'm like, okay. So she does her thing, whatever. And she's like, well, I can't see anything. I'm like, I know. Number one, I'm not 7 weeks. And number two, it's way too early for this ultrasound. Then she's like, okay, well, we're going to do a transvaginal. Can you remove your pants or whatever? And we're going to stand outside of the room and then we're going to come in. I'm like, okay, so at what point does my husband come in? Because you just did an ultrasound. And if there was something on there that you can see, he wasn't even in here to see it. So she's like, oh, no, we're just going to get started on this one and make sure everything is okay first. And then we're going to invite him in. But I'm like, if everything isn't okay, he's my support system. I need him here. She's just like, oh, no, that's just protocol and that's just how we do it. So now at this point, I'm just like so freaking irritated. So she starts the transvaginal ultrasound. And she's looking around and she's just like, everything seems so far. I believe your uterus is tilted. I said, yes. That was also a question on the paperwork that you gave me that I answered. She's like, oh, okay, well, that's going to make it a little hard for me to see anything. I'm like, I know. Plus, I'm super early, so there's nothing to see. So finally, she had my husband come in, and she did the ultrasound. And I'm going to show you the ultrasound pictures. And I was measuring exactly at 5 weeks, which is exactly correct with my, I want to say consumption, but that's not the right word, for my conceived date. But these are the ultrasound pictures. As you can see, it is really far away. You can't see anything inside of it. It's just, I don't know. It was just awkward. But when she first started out, my husband and I both seen two of these little black dots. One right next to each other. Then she just started focusing in on this one. I saw the gray, like, I guess, whatever it would be, the yolk in the yolk sac. I seen the gray stuff inside of the dot, I guess you can call it that, inside of this dot. But she claims that she didn't see it. But my husband and I both seen it. So once the ultrasound was over, she's like, oh, well, I think that you should go to a specialist, and I feel like you need to receive care within the next 24 hours, a follow-up. You need to go to the emergency room. And I guess, I don't know if she was just trying to scare me or what she was trying to do, but I'm like, she's like, because you're only measuring at 5 weeks. I'm like, I'm only measuring at 5 weeks because I'm only 5 weeks. Everything on here looks normal to me, and I'm not the doctor. So she's just like, well, I couldn't really see anything. Well, I'm like, well, first of all, you weren't far enough in. Like, I've gotten plenty of ultrasounds before during my TTC journey to know what a transvaginal ultrasound is supposed to feel like in order for you to see what you need to see on the ultrasound. And I just felt like she wasn't far enough in. I don't know if she was nervous or scared or whatever, but I'm like, I just don't think that the ultrasound was done properly. Then she hits me with the, oh, I've been an ultrasound technician for such and such, and I've seen all kinds of things, and I'm not saying that this isn't normal, but just in case it isn't, I need you to go get a second opinion or get urgent care within the next 24 hours. So at this point, I'm just like, whatever. I am definitely, I know you guys told me before not to go back there, but I'm definitely not going back there, ever, and I don't recommend anyone else to go there. But yeah, these are my very blurry, can't see anything, 5-week ultrasound pictures. What else happened this week? Oh, dreams. They have started already. I heard a lot of people always talk about the crazy dreams that they have when they are pregnant. So I always had dreams of twin girls, and we go to my aunt's house in Delaware, and we tell her, okay, we had twins, you have to move out, and we have to move into your house. And she actually moves out, and we move into her house. I had that dream about 3 times over the last 3 months before I even knew I was pregnant. Don't know why I keep having that dream. I don't know why it's this particular aunt's house. I don't know why it's this particular aunt, but I always have that dream. Then I told you when we got the ultrasound that we seen 2 dots, which eventually we only was shown 1 after the fact. I don't know if it's twins. I would obviously have to wait until I'm further along to get a new ultrasound. But in my mind, I keep saying they, but not automatically. It's just like subconsciously. And it seems like these dreams now are about 2 babies instead of 1, but it's not good dreams. They're not nightmares, but they're not good dreams. The dreams will be like, I deliver my babies, we come home, I'll fall asleep for like 24 hours and I'll wake up and I'm like, oh crap, it's been like a day and a half and I haven't fed my babies. And not bottle fed, but breastfed, and my milk is gone. That's my dream. And I had that at least 3 times this week. It's very weird. I don't know why I keep having that dream, but it's like we come home and I'm like, oh gosh, I'm just gonna lay here and take a nap, and I wake up and it's like a day and a half later and I try to nurse my babies and there's no milk. So yeah, don't know why I keep having that dream. Maybe it's twins, maybe it isn't. I don't know. Twins does run in both sides of our families. It runs on my mom's side, on my dad's side, and on his mom's side. So we'll see. His mom had, I think, 2 sets of twins. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Anything else this week? Oh, so instead of me having cravings, husband has cravings. He has been eating chocolate covered pretzels, and the cookies and cream Hershey bars. Like every time I come home, he has a new one in the freezer. Or it's like the middle of the night and you just hear paper rattling and I'm like, what are you doing? And he's eating this cookies and cream Hershey bar. He's been eating them for the last 2 weeks, so I'm guessing he has chocolate cravings. If anybody knows what that means, boy or girl, leave it down in the comments. I would like to know. It's just super hilarious that he sneaks to eat his little chocolate. He's like a woman PMSing with his chocolate. Yeah. But other than that, everything's been cool. I haven't had any cravings. He has his chocolate cravings. No other symptoms, nothing like that. I just had gas. And these weird dreams about twins. Don't know why, but I don't know. But I don't know if you guys can see, but here's a picture of my belly. Nothing yet. This is just my normal fat. But no bump yet. Being as though my uterus is tilted backwards, I might not show as quickly as normal pregnant people would. The only other thing that kind of scares me with my uterus being tilted is me not being able to feel my baby move and kick as much as anyone else would. And the possibility of having really bad back labor. So if anyone has a tilted uterus and experienced pregnancy and delivery, please let me know what your experience was like. I hope I'll be proven wrong from all of the stuff that I have been told. I don't know why I'm out of breath right now, but that's my 5-week update. I will hit you guys back at the end of week 6. Week 6 actually starts tomorrow. So I'll hit you guys back at the end of week 6. Bye. Oh wait, I forgot. One of my other big symptoms is pregnancy brain. I know people talk about this like later in their pregnancy, but it seems like ever since I found out I was pregnant, I forget stuff. Like a lot of stuff. Like stuff that I usually wouldn't forget. Like I went to my sister's house to do her hair, and I drove all the way to her house and forgot to not only get the hair stuff from my house, but I also forgot to stop at the hair store. So I show up at her house completely empty handed, and she's like, well, what are you using to do my hair? And I'm like, oh. I started the clothes dryer without any clothes in it. I prepared dinner and turned all the pots on with no food or water in the pots. Like I just keep forgetting stuff, and it's just like I'll be talking and I completely forget what I was getting ready to say, or I'll be in the middle of doing something and I'll do something else than what I was supposed to be doing, and then I stop and I just think to myself, like, I completely went blank. Like I don't even know why I just did this. Like there was no thought process in what I'm doing right this second, which is not what I was supposed to be doing initially. So pregnancy brain is just, whew. I hope it doesn't get any worse, because I could be dangerous to everyone around me, including myself. So yeah. And one of my boobs are bigger than the other. Don't know why, but growing up when they first started coming in, they were like that, but now it's like, I don't know if you guys can notice it, but I notice it. It's weird. Very weird. But yeah, they both hurt the same, but one is just bigger than the other. If you guys had any 5-week, see, that's the pregnancy brain thing again, any similar pregnancy symptoms that I'm having, or symptoms that you feel like I should be having, that I should be looking out for, that I'm just not noticing, let me know. Leave it down in the comments. I love communicating with you guys, so dialogue between us in the comment section is wonderful. I love it. I have no one else to talk to. I'm a stay-at-home, I can't even say mom yet, right? I don't know. I'm a stay-at-home wife. So I just love talking with you guys, because I do have friends, but they all work. So I like to talk to you guys, especially most of you who are in my situation or trying to be in my situation and need advice and stuff like that. I'm always here to talk. So just let me know. Okay, bye this time, for real.